At BDO, we're delighted to be involved with the INFINZ Awards and a proud sponsor of the BDO Mid-Market Equity Transaction of the Year Award, which this year was awarded to Lodestone Energy, advised by Jarden, for their Series B capital raise. We congratulate both parties on this exciting transaction, and here is their fascinating story.
Lodestone Energy is a company that formed in 2019, just pre-COVID years, and we made the business decision back then to launch the company to bring large-scale solar to the electricity market here.
To be involved in something this groundbreaking and unique was something that really excited us all the way through, and obviously get recognition for that was fantastic.
Our business vision is to build farms in as many locations as we can, in as many diverse parts of the country as we can, and take that electricity and sell it through the electricity market to end consumers. To put the scale into some perspective, our first 5 farms, first of all, they're scattered across the country, and we're locating near towns. So, essentially we'll be producing about the same amount of electricity for the town of Kaitaia, for our location at Kaitaia. Same is true with Whitianga and Edgecombe and Dargaville and so on. We'll be locating these farms to essentially supply a material portion of the demand of those towns. In aggregate, I suppose, to put it into some perspective, we're supplying about the residential commercial demand of a city like Hamilton in our first 5 farms, and we intend to do a lot more after that.
Like a lot of these transactions came through relationships, so we knew one of the founders. He introduced us to Gary, and as Gary tells the story, we were the first outsiders that he told his vision and the story to of Lodestone, and we loved it immediately. It was a great vision, it was a great plan. A lot of work to do, I think, from that initial meeting, but we saw it as a really exciting opportunity, and we were really pleased to get involved with it. And 18 months later, there was a transaction.
We raised $300 million to do the first tranche of solar farms, and we're gearing up now to double or triple that size in the next few years.
This was a really unique transaction in the sense that it was an idea with a grand plan at the start, but we needed to find bank debt, we needed to find subordinated debt, we needed to find equity, we need to find someone to build it, we need to find someone to buy the power, and at that stage Lodestone didn't have a management team, so seeing that all come together and all the pieces of the puzzle fall in at the last probably made this one of the most complex transactions that we've been involved in. I think, again, one of the other reasons we're very proud to be involved in it.
Well, I can't speak for the judges of why they liked this particular equity raise, but it involved all of the different disciplines of our business to make it happen. And these deals are very complicated. We're raising money to build infrastructure. And in order to do that, you need to have a very good capital plan, has to be well engineered. And so it's a very, very complex deal. And it feels great to be recognized for that.
From our perspective, we hope and we think Jarden brought a lot to the table. Running with an idea, working alongside the client across the multiple angles and bringing all of the resources to the firm.
The equity raise is so important because, of course, we're actually using it to spend on real capital projects, and the involvement of all of our partners in building these things is obviously quite a lot of human resource, but we're also buying 500,000 solar panels and about 10,000 pilings, and the whole supply chain from overseas markets for inverters and all of the other kit that goes along with the project is where this money is being spent, and sort of pull all those strands together is essentially the game plan. These ideas to build infrastructure like this in a free market without any government subsidy is quite difficult. Most solar developments around the world started out by governments making it happen. In New Zealand, we had to do it purely on commercial, for entrepreneurial reasons, and most infrastructure developments like this fail for a number of reasons. And so being able to pull through all of the different obstacles was really quite a special thing. Well, it's a great team. We've got we've really pulled together an all-star team of people that experts in the electricity industry, experts in construction business, and experts in analytics and development, and all of these different parts have to be put together like a well stitched together jigsaw puzzle. And I suppose if there was any magic in pulling this together, was really getting all those disciplines to come together at the right time.
We were really thrilled to get Lodestone to this point and close their first transaction, but it's by no means the end for them. Their ambition to grow and get bigger.
On the back of this success, we expect to do another big equity raise in the coming year and add somewhere between 5 and 10 more farms to our business to follow right after the first 5. Well, I think we've now broken the ice. There's probably a dozen other companies now like us that are forming. It'll mean that the electricity industry can move away from fossil fuel and coal, particularly, and move towards becoming 100% renewable energy. Between our developments and other solar developers, plus the wind developments that are going on in the country, we should be able to deliver a replacement for the fossil fuel electricity and set the country up to bring on electric cars and other forms of electrification. And so in the long run, we'll be hopefully noted as the beginning of quite a trend towards bringing a large amount of solar into the market and helping to convert New Zealand to 100% renewable power.
I think this is a really important transaction for the industry and for New Zealand investors. It really did show other people that solar made sense. It was fundable, there was equity investor interest, there was debt investor interest, and it's really paved the way for others to replicate this. And Lodestone may be one of the front runners, but there are a number of other companies following that model now, and that is only good for New Zealand, both in terms of energy transition, but also investment opportunities going forward.
So we're very excited about the ability to just keep doing what we've been doing so far and look forward to a green future.
I'd like to congratulate Jarden and Lodestone Energy again for their success in the awards. And at BDO, we certainly acknowledge the outstanding mid-market deal making that occurs in New Zealand and would welcome those advisors and those participants in deals to participate in the INFINZ Awards in future years.